underneath it to still have good matches. And I think what'll be good to see tonight is just it'll be a way to see, like, you know, just how good Team Immunity is, or see just how far One Night Stand has come. As we looks like we're going to be starting the match here tonight. Immunity versus One Night Stand. This is the first map in a best of 3 on King Hill Viaduct. Take it away, Ips.
Yeah, for sure. Let's watch Cinderella Man on this roll. Well, it's aren't that important for Demo Man on this map, but regardless, throwing a few stickies over, trying to see what he can do, as it looks like both teams have traded players, but it looks like Blue have a fair bit of dominance over the point. Frag over on the right, but again a trade, but both Blue Soldiers just have a lot of dominance on the point. Frag on one scout, and Yuki does also frag the second scout. A nice frag. Aporia bombing around on the left and just fragging the medic. Really nice play by Aporia.
Yeah, good cleanup and nice job taking down Vinti there as well. Looks like Aporia's going into the spot at last as well, taking down Cinderella, and oh, almost gets capered down to 7 health there. Pretty close, but really nice job by Immunity. I think One Night Stand on mid tunneled a little bit too much on the Demo Man bulk, and they couldn't take him down, and that was probably not the best target choice there. Looks like full advantage for Team Immunity, targeting that left side, taking down Caper. 5-on-5 now. Tomberry goes down as well, and looks like One Night Stand are going to have trouble pushing this point.
That was just, I think they're going to be ready to throw in some suicides or bring their med in, but we do have the Sheep Sniper up, something that we were very much expecting to see. So expect some big headies from him.
Yeah, it's tough to play against a sniper when you're taking back middle because you have such long sniper sight lines, and it puts so much pressure on you to pop early and stuff like that. Looks like Snowblind's gonna go down the middle. Oh, there it is, that first shot by Sheep, taking down Caber. 4-on-4 here as Vinti's getting close to getting Uber, and let's see how they push out here against the sniper.
Yeah, Caber dying there, maybe kind of a shame. If he wouldn't have died, they would have been easily able to push on that spawn advantage, but now they're kind of back to even players, even Ubers, as looks like they're going to probably just try to come up on the left here and muscle the point. Uber gets popped on Cinderella Man here, and I am still haven't popped the Uber, just popping it now, but Bulk and Snowblind both go down in the midst of this Uber fight. Yuki's stuck on the point here, trying to frag this scout. He does frag here. Poirier to come in and support, but he has no post Uber to speak of. Probably going to die reasonably late here, but buying a fair bit of time. Sheep being cheeky, getting forward there on the bottom right, and getting a headshot. Nice play by him. He gets another on the
great
demo
headshot there. Yeah, taking it down, and now it's just Vinti and Dorky on the point. They get the point back, but they're a minute and a half behind, and it looks like the Team Immunity respawns are coming back in, and Bulk leading the way, throwing stickies around all over the place, and Sheep is still taking shots from that right side. Hasn't hit anything yet, though, as 2 frags go down for One Night Stand. Nicely done there. It's going to be a 6-on-4, taking back the point. Yuki in a bit of trouble, backing out Valley, and looks like ONS has forced them out, and this is a pretty good hold by them.
Yeah, nice soldier rotating, but if ONS just sit on the point like this, they're just going to get headshot exactly like that. So probably need a little bit more pressure on IM when they were trying to cap there. As,
yeah, you can see Dorky poking around behind. He's trying to get on that sniper with Aporia, able to finish him off. And now with they lost their medic, they're going to have to go for some sort of sacrifice play here. You can see Bonobo so lit, down to 9 health on that right side cliff. And there is Sneaky to take him down. Nice job there. So 2 on to 5. Looks like Immunity are going to get the point back. And about a minute and a half left on their clock.
Yeah, that was pretty standard. They lost their medic. And they tried to just sacrifice their entire team for the enemy medic. Good play there. Both medics have respawned. Vinti with a reasonable Uber advantage here. As we look at the red team, probably going to try to push the point over from the left slope here. Bully it before either team gets Uber. A really aggressive bomb here coming out from Yuki onto them. He does die, but he ends up trading with Dorky. Tomberry going down from a bit of an aggressive bomb as red team are just trying to take position on the point. It looks like they actually have here.
I really like the way they got in there, they took down the heals, and now they're just doing a nice job of just slow playing this away from the sniper, away from the demo man, and they get that point back, and you know they're down quite a bit in terms of the clock, and they're gonna have to stall for at least 1 or 2 pushes here. If they can deny 1 or 2 pushes from Team Immunity, they will be able to have a better chance of taking this round. But Immunity are looking to take over this cliff and maybe go into a sack play or something like that. They're actually just playing off a Sheep in the valley, and he's just taking shots at the enemy team, maybe trying to get a force that way. They do force onto Vinti. He's trying to take in the Pocket Soldier and the Demo Man. They get 1 pick onto Yuki, but are having really difficult time finding anything else, and that was just a great force by Immunity. They're back out to their spawn.
Yeah, so I mean, the red team, bit of a critical mistake there. When you have Uber advantage and you're holding the point here on Viaduct, and the enemy team's kind of baiting forward to pop your Uber, it's really important that you take the enemy team's Uber, because the other team does have the spawner advantage on you.
And here
Looks
comes the
like-
sacrifice play from Tonberry, trying to get the medic on that left side cliff. Doesn't work out for them. And you know, it's really bad that they're losing players on defense because they have bad spawn times. And wow, Immunity just bursting forward, trying to make a play. Oh my goodness, Bonobo goes down to Caber. And without their medic, they're going to have a harder time holding on to this because Vinti goes down as well to Bulk. Incredible.
Yeah, Aporia bombing in to try to frag something. Does get some damage and Snowplane sneaky off, but Dorky, nice headshot there onto Sheep. Dorky is in fact counter-sniping at this point. Bonobo does come up before the enemy med. Obviously he did die earlier, so he may have a slight over advantage, but the red team do have a player advantage and spawner advantage, so trying to push the point here. Bulk does get a trap frag onto Tonberry. Yuki's pretty low, getting out on the left here as the red team try to push up onto the point and cap it.
Yeah, this is basically the last chance that ONS has to take back the point and maybe have their chance this round. They're getting some frags here early on, but Cinderella goes down for the Devilman. It's all about the DM and playing the heals right now. There's so many hurt players for Immunity. They might actually be able to push forward and take this. They have a lot of cap time. It's going to go into overtime here. They get that capture down. 50 seconds left on the clock, but Bonobo is so close to getting this Uber.
Yeah, they capped that pretty early, and Cinderella Man got a later spawn, which is a bit of a problem now because Immunity have Uber and are ready to push, but Cinderella Man isn't there. He doesn't have a buff. He can't. Oh wow, really early Uber. Yuki gets thrown into them, fragging Dorky over on the top left there, and still manages to get out. Sam looking up to take an aggressive duel. It's red team's time right now. If they don't frag all of Immunity and cap the point, they're going to lose this round. They all aggress in. It's just the medic and the soldier right now. Soldier gets one frag, 2v1 on the point. And
that's going to be it. First round.
Cap the point out, but reasonably close that round. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of back and
very
forth,
close.
A lot less than I expected.
I love the Uber coming in from Bulk. I mean, it was really early, but what they're able to do is just scatter One Night Stand and pick them off one at a time. So maybe not the best Uber there, but really nice job in the with the DM. So it looks like we're going into the second mid, and again, Bulk is taking a bit of a slower path. Both of them was actually a bit slow, but here comes One Night Stand exploding onto the point. Cinderella and Tomber turning early frags on, and Immunity are totally out of position, just backed off of the point, giving all the ground to One Night Stand here. And looks like they're going to be chasing out some extra frags. Only Bulk and Sheep are the live as fragging classes for Immunity, and nice mid take here by One Night Stand.
Yeah, they bombed both soldiers really aggressively, and the Immunity scouts just didn't effectively deny them, nor did the pocket soldier, and they just got absolutely owned. But regardless here, looks like Sheep has gone sniper. We do have an even Uber scenario here. Is Immunity going to get ready to try to muscle the point as they usually do? Dorky getting really close to dying there.
Yeah.
Immunity pushing up on the slope here, trying to muscle the point. A really early Uber there from Cinderella Man. Immunity still haven't popped their Uber. Bulk and Snowblind do die though, but with Bonobo getting out, or almost getting out, no, he's still in. Nice surf there, and they do get forced, however. Tomberry dying for the force, but Immunity pushing up on the right here with their Uber. Their Uber just ran out, and red team have a lot of position. Immunity have very little post Uber. Nice headshot there from Sheep, but this could go either way right now.
Yeah, 4-on-4. The heals are tight. Sneaky is so late. He's getting healed back up. Vinti takes on a big body shot there, almost dies. Meanwhile, Sneaky goes down, and Immunity are just pushing forward, taking all the position. And really nice job there by Immunity. They got forced really far back by their cliff, but they're able to use that Uber to surge forward and turn frags. And big job there by Sheep, just putting on a lot of constant pressure the entire time.
That's just the thing about Sheep. I mean, when he's sniping, it's not just like he's getting frags and damage at critical times. It's just he's just always there with body shots and headshots doing damage. But regardless, Immunity do take the point here. We are pretty much even Ubers. A slight
bomb
add
in
to
from Aporia onto Vinti, gets that force back there on Valley. Sorry to interrupt you, and Aporia goes down, and meanwhile the Uber comes in for One Night Stand. They're trying to chase frags, but there's really nothing there for the Immunity, perfectly backing away, kiting this Uber, and they're keeping advantage for themselves.
Yuki getting really low there, but regardless, yeah, nice play there by Aporia, bombing aggressively, a kind of trademark bomb of his on this map. But yeah, no, Immunity getting ready to push here with their Uber advantage. An aggressive bomb over onto the med. He's been caught out. Immunity pop Uber, but 2 players die for that. So
yeah, and it looks like Tonberry's going to get caught out here behind too. He's up in the air and missing the air shots, but Sheep with the SMG finishes him off. That's 3 players down for One Night Stand, and the cap will surely come in here now for Immunity, and One Night Stand are totally backing out. They just need to keep their medic alive and build the super. 50% advantage for Vinti here. And both teams are doing a really great job with these sacks. I'm surprised how effective they are.
yeah, I mean, that sacrifice, like, realistically, they didn't need to lose 3 players for that, though. Like, right when Caber bombed, he died, but he forced it, and then 2 players just came running in as Immunity tried to be aggressive over on the right here. Really nice bomb there by both soldiers fragging the demo man, the medic, and the scout. The fight's still happening. Only Aporia dying there. Really, really nice coordinated bomb play there as the entirety of ONS come running at immunity, but get completely shut down by a nice air headshot there as well from Sheep.
Yeah, no kidding, and it was really nice play there by Immunity, catching Vinti off, and it's unfortunate that One Night Stand couldn't get that Uber in time to push the point with it. There's a big mistake by them. They're going to be really far behind in this round now. She gets another pick on that left side onto Dorky, and the 6-on-5, another one there, and Tonberry goes down, and Sheep is just being absolutely insane right now. I mean, what are you supposed to do against this?
Yeah, Tonberry dying as well as Cinderella Man. I am just constantly keeping up this level of aggression, and there's nothing that ONS can do to match it, really. Like,
and you can see Caber bombing in, trying to put pressure onto Sheep, but he can't get past there. There's not enough pressure coming in from One Night Stand, and Sheep just seems to be everywhere right now.
Yeah, pretty much, but looks like ONS are about to get Uber again, so hopefully they're going to be ready for something like an aggressive play as they've seen before. Dorky on the spy, not sure if that soldier actually saw him regardless of whether or not he got hit by the rocket, and Dorky's just here behind the point. He's going to look to go for the medic. Is he going to get him? Gets really close, but he's been spotted! And he goes down. Wow, he had the perfect opportunity there, and it completely failed as the rest of ONS are continually, again, dying. Trading Uber on the point. They have no post Uber to speak of whatsoever. All of their players are dead. Yuki chasing really hard with his own Uber as Tonberry goes down in house. So, wow, just critical mistake there. That spy got so close, but couldn't close it out on the medic frag.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of lack of patience from One Night Stand. The clock is getting so low, and you know they just had to go for that Uber play, and it didn't really work out for them. And now this post-Uber fight, like you said, not going so well. Immunity just holding down the doors. You see Bulk on one side, holding out the other side with Izuki, and Immunity go up 2-0 here in a pretty dominant second round.
Yeah, interesting round. Vinti dying on the right there definitely costs a lot though, as we do go to a new round, however. So we'll just have to see.
Now let's check it out. Dorky pushing up that right side tunnel, and Caber goes for an early bomb while Sheep's still on sniper to mid. Takes out Cinderella Devilman. That's going to be trouble. They just need to play back and work the damage. Bulk getting a pick there onto Caber. Tonberry going down as well. And Vinti's considering backing out and keeping what Uber percentage he has. He's just throwing crossbows in as the rest of the team is getting picked off. And then we get this mid fight. Yeah. Kind
of went in one by one there like lemmings. They were obviously wanted to make a play for the medic there to force his Uber, but all they just did was just go one by one and die.
But you know what's so tough about this is that they're having a hard time deciding, should we bomb for Sheep and put pressure on him, or fight together and focus fire the same things? Because you can't just let Sheep stand back and shoot at you and take pot shots like that. But on the other hand, you know, you got to be able to focus fire what's in front, and he's just sitting back there getting tons and tons of shots.
Yeah,
it's really difficult.
The only way to really beat this is if they just throw aggression at them, bomb both soldiers. But the problem against Sheep is he will just headshot those soldiers while they're in the air. But regardless, a really aggressive Uber here by Yuki, a nice Uber as well. He gets a pretty decent multi. Cinderella Man's really low over on the right, and Yuki's chasing really aggressively. Frags Caber as he looks to continue to be aggressive up on the right here. And he does, however, go down.
Oh, nice spawn from Aporia. Takes off down the medic, and now they just need to play the heals, keep their Uber advantage while they can. Bulk a little bit overcommitted here. He's going to go down to Cinderella, and Dorky picks up one on the right side tunnel. Now it's just Sheep and Bonobo backing off that left side there. One Night Stand able to capitalize despite losing their medic, and I'm not quite sure I agree with that play from the Immunity. I think they could have held on to the point just a little bit longer, but they sacrificed both their soldiers to take on the medic, and they keep their advantage here. So Cinderella down. They actually know there's no traps, and they're working their way back in. You know, there's going to be a little bit of a 6-on-5. They're working those angles with Sheep, trying to make some space. Tonberry going pretty hard here. He's pretty lit, backing out main. Meanwhile, the rest of the team from Immunity coming in now, and all the players from One Night Stand are like half health, getting ready to back out here. Caber getting caught out on that left side, and Immunity just working their way in slowly but surely. Now Bonobo has Uber, and he doesn't want to use it quite yet. They have the picks that they need. They get the cap back, and they're a minute ahead.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of really nice DM play, especially here from Immunity, as we're seeing just this constant pressure that they're putting on the enemy team. A lot of that just has to do with the fact that they're just hitting a whole lot more shots than the enemy team is.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Well, when you play against a sniper, despite these long sniper angles, if you have that focus fire, if you can work an angle and get those picks, and just one pick, you know, 6-on-5 you can go in on that. Or they could throw someone on Sheep and work the 5-on-5. I mean, it's really difficult, but at the same time, Sheep can't hit everything. He's hitting good shots, he's putting pressure out, but he can't hit everything. There's that first pick that they needed onto Aporia. 6-on-5 now, even Ubers. And Sheep, he's backed off that right side. He has no angles here as One Night Stand working their way in. They lose 2 though. Oh my goodness, that's... I don't
really
even know.
early Uber there from ONS, but they need to force Immunity Zuba. Bonabo just sitting back here, possibility that he may not even use at all, but he does actually use. Nice headshot there by Sheep onto Tomberry. As it looks like they do, however, have a player disadvantage. They're trying to bomb in onto the point here with with Uber, sorry. But yeah, Bog dying. They went really aggressive there, and with no post Uber to speak of, really. As long as Yugi dies, they just need to focus fire him down, as it looks like what they do. But Sheep, really nice headshot there onto Dorky, and Sneaky's really low here over on the right, probably going to go down as well. ONS with a player disadvantage. I am capitalizing effectively, just continuing to aggress them. Snowblind with a nice frag there onto Cinderella Man, as it looks like he's probably going to take the med down here as well. Yeah, it looks like he does. K-Block, just fragging him.
I mean, Immediate are just playing so well right now. Like, the heal order they have going on, the heal rotations that they have, it's incredible, you know? One Night Stand shooting, trying to focus fire as best they can, but Immunity keep rotating players in and out, and the player with more health is getting in front and tanking the damage, and they're doing such a great job of spreading out the damage across all the teammates. Aporia bombs down the middle and takes down 2. Oh my goodness, 5 seconds left on the clock. This 3-on-6 is not going to work out here from One Night Stand. And that's going to be 3-0 Immunity in the lead at the half.
Yeah, 3-0 to Immunity right now. Kind of an expected half. A little bit less sniping from Sheep, I'd say, than we generally see. He did snipe a lot, but I think he was scout.
How could you go less? He was sniper the entire round. I mean, the guy's incredible. He has 3 dominations right now, the most points on his team, and he's hitting everything. Look at the damage stats here that Kenneth has pulled up for us, and he is just absolutely destroying on Sniper, and he's got 343 DPM on Sniper. Like, I don't even know what you're supposed to do against that.
Yeah, this is kind of just, I guess, regular old Sheep play, 21 for 2, 343 DPM.
Yeah, and Aporia's not making it easier for them either. I mean, he's bombing it at the perfect times. It looks like they're trying to get pressure on a Sheep. He bombs in and takes the pressure right off of him, gets these key picks. And immediately are able to just, like you said, the post Ubers for them are really good as well. They're having great second pops, and the team fights afterwards are going really well for them. And it's a really tough uphill battle here for One Night Stand. I'd like to see them maybe get a little more aggressive. When the enemy team has a sniper, you should just explode in and try and, you know, if you can force things to get messy and mixed up, the sniper is going to have a tough time hitting those closer shots. But then again, it's Sheep, so. But you just can't let him just continue to sit back there and take pot shots at you. You're gonna lose that way.
It is very much a kind of DM thing as well to do with ONS. I mean, they're trying to push in, and I think they're trying to get as aggressive as they can. But I mean, against Sheep, who is obviously a fantastic sniper, they're also up against, you know, some of the best DMers and general players in the world, you know, protecting him. And so when they try to be aggressive a lot of the time, they're just getting completely shut down by a team who are ready and prepared for what the opposing team wants to do to shut down Sheep, and that is just throw all of their players at him and just start these big DME fights. And I think in the end, when it comes down to it, between these two teams, Immunity is going to win those DME fights, you know, 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, no, really good points there. And, well, you gotta know that the sniper is not effective when you don't have control of the point. So if One Night Stand can win another mid here, or get a sack play to work and take back the point and push past that, they might be able to deny Sheep for the rest of the game. That's what they have to do to get back in. And we'll see what could be the 4th and final round match point here for Immunity, and Sheep starting it off big, taking down K-Bear now. Immunity have, you know, the point control or point presence, and they're focusing down Tonberry on one side and Dorky's in trouble on the other. And Immunity taking down 4 players on One Night Stand. Sneaky the only one to, oh, he goes down, and Vinty just backed out to spawn, so not starting out well.
Good mid there by Immunity. Standard play, just taking them all down. Looks like they...
Looking grim.
The Vinty was actually able to get out there with his medigun, so Uber's pretty much even here. As ONS pushing out on the right, taking a fair bit of pipe spam there, but just getting ready to come out here on the right, and wow, walking across, big mistake there. You can't do that against Sheep. As another player tries to walk across and dies instantly. Aporia continuing the aggression, Snow's in, trying to get aggressive as well. Does get taken down by Dorky, however.
No, it's desperation here for ONS. They're trying to counter Snipe, but what are you supposed to do against this kind of pressure? The soldiers for immunity are all over that, and
yeah, but
it's really difficult.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it looks like a 80% advantage now for Bonobo, and they're just going to chill back, try not to use, and maybe if One Night Stand can get a good sacrifice play here, they can make this work. They're pushing up the right side valley and trying to make sense. Yuki there in a bit of trouble, but again, kites that off perfectly. Uber is popped though, and they're chasing some frags in here to try and see what they can get. Vinti has backed himself off to spawn, so it looks like the rest of ONS is going to die. And yeah, there they go to take down Sheep. They're actually doing a surprising job without heals.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's so much time off the clock that, you know, this is a tough round for them.
So ONS did manage to force the Uber there, so here we see they do have Uber advantage, but they're pretty forward, especially with a player disadvantage. Aporia could just aggressively bomb them. It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Bombs in and frags the medic in one shot. Bit of a mistake there by them trying to be out forward there when they had the player disadvantage, and they didn't even have Uber yet. With immunity, just continuing to aggress, they know that the enemy team does not have a med, or did not at the time, and just absolutely owns them here, as we see the Uber advantages have swapped around, and Bonobo is now the man with the Uber advantage, I think. Did I just see what I think I saw? Yeah, Vinti has actually swapped to Kritzkrieg with Uber disadvantage, so
yeah, he knows there's not that much time left on the clock here. If they get a good force, they might be able to crits back in with that. But oh, Porio goes down. That's the first frag that they need. This might be a decent start for them. They're pretty hurt up. They're trying to get buffs here. 6v5, and Tomberry leading the way in there. He's in a lot of trouble. He gets focused down instantly by Sheep, who switched over to Scout. And it looks like it's a 4-on-4 now. And looks like Bonobo want to take it in
aggressive.
Here.
They've seen that they're on crits. And ends up fragging the medic, so this is pretty much GG at this point. They do use Uber. Almost all of ONS are going to die here. They have a few seconds really to get all their players back into the fight. Although immunity will not have Uber, things are looking really grim for them right now. Aporia really far forward. Does so much damage to force them out, and there's nothing Cindy can do. There's a little bit of overtime on the point, but as much as he tries to bomb in, he's not going to be able to get there. And that's the first map of the Premier Grand Finals for Owl 11. Immunity taking Viaduct with a very impressive 4-0. Definitely an extremely dominant performance by the entire team, and not entirely unexpected, as we're about to go to the second map, which I believe is
Granary. Yeah.
Is it? Oh, Granary. Okay, so I think realistically, forgetting about Viaduct entirely for a few seconds here, I'd just like to mention that realistically, I think the only map that ONS really have a chance of taking off immunity would be Granary, and that's not to say that immunity are bad at Granary or anything, but everybody did see what happened I-49 in that crucial I think it was qualifier. No, sorry, not qualifier. I think it was a quarterfinal or a semi-final up against the old TCM/Broda, where they were 4-0 up on Granary, and then we saw with about 15 minutes to go, TCM just rolled over them for 6 mids in a row and ended up winning the map 6-4. And I would say maybe that could be a bit of a problem, and it's just the nature of Granary as a map. Granary is a very rollout-centric map, just due to the difference, like the space between the points of mid, second, and last. It's really easy for a team to cap mid and then kill the enemy medic on that mid fight, wipe them, cap second, and then already be on last by the enemy team by the time the enemy team's spawning or just getting out and getting ready to set up. So, I mean, realistically, I think this map is going to be really heavily dependent on One Night Stand's ability to win the rollouts and convert those rollout wins into a round. Because I think that's probably one of the main weaknesses of immunity, I would say, if that's what it is. A weakness, and I would say, yeah, this is really, if it does end up coming down to the phase play and immunity are able to hold their own on the rollouts, things are going to be looking really grim for ONS, simply because they're going to have to deal with a lot of different things. Not only the scouts, but the Uber play from Yuki, which I think will probably outclass the opposing pocket a little bit.
Well, like you said, Granary being the map that it is, it's smaller mid. At times it can seem like you throw soldiers at each other and just make it happen, and that's a good chance for ONS if especially when you're feeling very sad about your last map. You can win a mid fight here and roll all the way, like you said, and take some rounds off. So that might be the best chance. On the other hand, if DM for Immunity is as strong as we saw on Viaduct, it's gonna be nasty. I mean, Immunity are playing so strong right now, and it seems, using this momentum, they're just going to roll it into this match and be able to work off of the one night stand. They had some decent chances, but even after the first half on Viaduct, they kind of had time to collect themselves, and then they just go into the second half and instantly Sheep gets 2 shots off and takes 2 frags, and it's just kind of deflated from there. So hopefully One Night Stand will be able to sort of rally themselves here and have some good mids, like you said, but it's gonna be tough.
For sure. But regardless, is this the first rollout? No, this isn't the first rollout. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit out of it. But
you're out of it. It's 4:30 in the morning for me.
Now I completely forget what I was going to say. God damn.
I think it's been a good match. One Night Stand showed on Viaduct that they were able to take some mids. They have the potential to show up. If they just get aggressive, they have that confidence, and they can actually take some rounds here if they play this right, they play their cards right. And also, the nice part about Granary is they don't have to play against Sheep on Sniper on mid, so that's nice too. So
for sure.
We'll see what actually ends up happening here. I mean, I think they have a good chance.
Yeah. So one thing I just like to mention, kind of the concept of momentum and the way that it affects maybe a team's play. I think even though ONS did get 4-0'd on that previous map, and maybe the instant thought might be maybe they're a bit down because they kind of got owned, but I think Viaduct was a lot closer than what they expected, especially the first round. I think it went down to overtime or something like that. So for something like that to happen, and for them to kind of have that close game on Viaduct, I don't think they really expected to take the map, and I think it was unlikely that they were going to take a round, but I think they're probably going to have clean slates for this map. This is kind of probably what they consider to be their map. This was ONS's map pick, so yeah, I guess we'll just have to see how they go. Immunity do have the momentum on their side, but one rollout win from ONS, this first rollout I think may decide a lot for the rest of the game. I think mentally, for the players in the game, it will decide a few things, especially for a team like ONS, who are nowhere near as experienced as I am with I guess mentally coping with winning or losing a rollout, or losing a scrim, or losing a match, or a map or something like that.
Sure. Well, looks like we've gone live in real time, server time, so we're just gonna wait for our STV to catch up here. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, this is Team Immunity versus One Night Stand, the grand finals of OWL11 Premiership, and these are the top 2 teams in Australia facing off to see who's going to be the champion. And Immunity already has taken the first map, Viaduct 1-0, and this best of 3. This map will be Granary, and then if they go to a third map, it'll be Gully Wash. So
yeah, so we see a bit of a ritual happening in the red team's spawn. I think this is the winning ritual for ONS. Basically, they just kind of get that scout in the middle, and then all just circle around him. So, I mean, this could be some kind of some kind of ritual that'll ask the MGE gods to give them the DM to win the game, as we just see that end, but who knows? That could be it.
Yeah, well, this is pretty funny actually. Okay, let's try to go on live. So, yeah, you want to get some preds here?
Predictions? Oh, it's hard. I'm gonna say 5-1, no, 5-2 to Immunity. What about you?
I'm definitely 5-0 One Night Stand. And let's check out this first mid. Cinderella going upper, and Bulk is going lower right on the garage. And One Night Stand are getting pretty aggressive pretty early on, taking control of the crates, and wow, Dorky gets that first pick there on the Vulcan. Here they go. Oh my god, I'm way better predicting than I thought I was. They got 4 frags right at the start.
One scout actually coming behind here.
Yeah,
he doesn't get the frag.
Yeah,
wow,
so just Yuki backing out.
Just Yuki, yeah, that's kind of what I mean here. ONS
yeah,
probably a lot stronger on the rollouts on this map, and I think if they can convert this into a round, this will be really good for them mentally. This will give them that kind of momentum that they need, that kind of mental idea that, guys, we can beat this team, you know, we can win this map, let's do it.
Well, and this is exactly what you're talking about, you know, rolling them on mid, keeping your medic alive, keeping an Uber, and now they have, you know, 70% advantage pushing last year, and just they're just setting this up, getting buffed up, and getting ready to go.
Yeah, so I like the double util play here by Immunity, getting the heavy up on top, sheep sniping on the left. I really like this, kind of just trying to turtle up as best they can, prepare to weather the storm that is about to come out from ONS. As Tomberry leaks out on the left here, he's called the trap, a really early pop here, needs to see if he can get some frags with it. He's kind of walking around, not getting much done with the suit. That heavy goes absolutely flying here. Bonobo 75%. Things could really go either way. Tomberry bombs in and frags both. What a time on the point by ONS, and they end up capping it. Looks like the combo there, Yuki and Bonobo getting a little bit too far back into the left. And ONS end up taking the round.
Look a little dicey at first when Snowblind got that first frag and then flew through the air, but after that, One Eye Sand had a really nice Uber, you know, cleaning up in post fight and then taking that round. So let's check out the second fight here, as looks like Cinderella again going for that upper catwalk rollout.
Yeah, so Kaba looking to come in from the right here, has a very similar rollout to last time. Just bombs onto the point, frags Snowblind, he's still not dead. Tomberry going for the follow-up bomb. Yuki finishes off Kaba. But Cinderella Man has fragged Bonobo. Oh, sorry, Aporia bombed deep there at the end of that rollout and fragged Vinti. So Yuki's hiding in on the left here. I think I know what he's planning to... Sorry, no, it's a little bit late to stop mid, but he's hiding in yard, looking at what he can do, being behind here, that he could really stop
Sneaky spots him out,
but he's been spotted.
Oh wow, he just barely survives with 10 health. Unbelievable. Yuki's still dancing around in that right yard. Dorky finishes him off there. But at least Yuki did a great job of stalling out that 4th point, and yeah, it looks like Immunity are going to be able to hold on to it just a bit longer here.
Incredible play there. Just the way that the team worked around that was really good. You know, Yuki getting that frag and getting that other scout low meant that they could just fight second and stop them from capping. Wow! Cinderella Man getting caught forward there. Snowblind so aggressive onto him, and as Kaba tries to come from top and dies. But wow, Immunity have completely flipped this around. Vinti did, however, stay alive, so the Ubers will be even.
Yeah, it was just really greedy by Cinderella, trying to, you know, get control of second point when it was just him. And really good job by Immunity to punish that. And now it looks like they're going to be taking back the middle point on this even Uber situation. And ONS looks like they're going to try and contest it with Uber. Uber is popped there, and Bonobo pops second.
Yeah, the Uber trades are happening on point here. Yuki does have a slightly better Uber than the opposing pocket, takes down Sneaky, but Tomberry trying to get aggressive on that scout. Yuki just holding onto the height advantage. Sheep coming in through catwalk and getting a frag onto the enemy scout, coming in on the point here and just machine gunning, and it looks like IM win that fight pretty convincingly. Kaba jumping in to see what he can do, but gets absolutely taken down really easily by the entire team of Team Immunity. Sheep getting those 2 frags on Sniper on a map like Granary, on a point like Granary mid, almost unheard of for any other player, but he still manages it. As we see Sheep peeking over on the right here, having a look at what he can do, gets a nice body shot there on the Tomberry. He's being aggressive.
Yeah, gets taken down right away, and that's a big mistake. They have such a large Uber advantage, and to lose a player before the push is just not what you want to be doing here. Not even running a sniper would be a good idea, but it looks like Aporia gets onto the medic on that right side. Vinti down to just 18 health, stays alive, and this looks like Immunity want to take the super in the last though. 50% advantage. Looks like Yuki's going to go upper on the pipe and thinking better of it. Maybe he's calling it off.
Bonobo's really low there. Yeah. Wow, he took a lot of spam there, and Bonobo's actually had to drop to the floor, so looks like a top Uber is kind of out of the question, and they've redecided to actually Uber in there. They had a decent Uber advantage. I'm not really sure why, but ONS have the sentry up on the right here. Maybe a heavy would be better against the Sheep Sniper, but sorry, he isn't sniping. Tomberry frags Yuki, but Cinderella Man dying on the right there. That's really not a trade that they want to be doing. as K-Bar and Aporia, I think, trade there in top. Red team do pop their Uber here. Have to see what they can do. They end up popping the blue team's Uber, but it's reasonably later than they would have liked. Tomberry's in garage here behind, takes down Snowblind and trades with him. Vinti out of position there. The red team don't have any heals right now. Maybe Bonobo wants to get up, but no. Immunity are continuing to push here with their heals advantage. Just getting it on the right there. They know the longer this fight goes, the better it's going to be for them, because they do have the overheal advantage that the opposing team do not have. Bulk getting a frag onto Cinderella, and Yuki and Aporia cleaning up the rest of the frags, and just, yeah, fantastic play there by Immunity. Played that perfect to a T. They knew they fragged the enemy team's medic, and slowly taking it in on the right there with heals and winning the fight.
I think Immunity made a mistake. I think they thought that the Ubers were even, and they allowed Vinti to get Uber, but then, you know, One Night Stand made that mistake right back, and just used Uber first, and Immunity were able to just slow that down and play the heals and win that round, so nice job by them. Score is 1-1 here.
Yeah, so I'd like to see a mid-win from Immunity here. Let's see what their soldiers do. Really aggressive bomb by Kaba, gets taken down early, but Immunity are pretty low, stuck back in that corner. Yuki on 61, bombs aggressively, but gets taken down. But Immunity do have a player advantage here, and they've got scout position across the point. And the Roma bomb there seals the fate of the ONS, just bombing
it
onto
took them a couple
head.
rounds to figure out how ONS likes to play mid, but they just figured them out right there. Kept 5 players alive, wiped ONS, and now they have the full advantage push going to last. And Immunity, nice job getting themselves back into this game. Looks like they're going to push right side here with this advantage.
Yeah, pushing it on the right, they have full Uber advantage, but Dorky getting a flag onto the medic. That's so important, but still, the longer this fight goes, the better it's going to be for ONS, and I know that they're trying to make it happen as quickly as possible. Aporia gets in behind. Yuki getting some nice shotguns on a Dorky and taking him down. Yeah, nice play there. I think maybe ONS didn't have all the buffs up on their team, and Immunity did, and even though their medic died, they were still able to take the point with just unmatched aggression and DM skill.
Yeah, it really just comes down to the aggression, and also, you know, just a really good job baiting the point there, stacking ONS right there on the point, and just taking them down really easily despite not having a medic. So, even Uber, sorry, no, 2-1 is the score as Immunity is up, and looks like K-Bird goes for a bomb early, and takes down Bulk. Looks like it's 2-on-2 to see what's gonna win this mid. 1-on-1 now. Snowblind loses the Dorky.
Takes him down. Nice. I think that was a one shot actually. Just walked in, killed him with that one single shot. I would really like to see some crits play here by Vinti. I think this would be a perfect time for him to run the old Kritzkrieg and see what they can do. I like, but no, actually opting to get the forward spawn, which means he's probably going to be on the. No, he is on crits. Awesome. Going to be good to see how they use this. So, crits advantage here to ONS. I wonder if Immunity are thinking and ready for ONS's crits.
We'll see. It looks like Immunity pretty aggressive poking there. And Garage, Sheep tries to take a 1v1 against Dorky and decides better of it. But Vinti, you know, he should be building up this Kritzkrieg advantage, but it's not as large as you would expect it to be. It's only, you know, going to be about 20%. So they better hit this well as they come out of Garage here.
Yeah, for sure. Immunity holding so forward. I think this aggressive hold is definitely because they maybe think the enemy team has crits, and with this aggressive hold there's not much they can do. They use the crits there, end up fragging Snowblind and Yuki with it. However, Bonobo ends up holding on to his Uber. They do use the Uber pretty late. Bulk chasing with the Uber, frags Cinderella Man. Vinti trying to get out into mid here. What can Immunity do with their Uber? They get 2 frags. Aporia going down here. Only 2 players up here for ONS. IAM have kept their medic alive. Tomberry is stuck behind here, and they have a huge cap time on the middle point. Tomberry getting taken down. Sneaky going to come in late, and again, probably going to escape there, but maybe a coordinated play by Sneaky and Tomberry would have been more effective there. Good play by Team Immunity, holding in.
Yeah, what happened on the middle was One Night Stand just couldn't decide what they wanted to do after they got the crits. They got some frags with it, and then they just kind of just sat there and allowed Immunity to just Uber into them rather than picking a side and pushing it out.
Yeah, but I really liked the forward hold there in yard by Team Immunity, just showing off that they have the DM skills to really pull something like that off. But here we see Bonobo, pretty big Uber advantage, around 40%. Getting ready to use it. Gonna have to see how Yuki is thinking about using this Uber advantage. I'm thinking maybe going from the left, maybe taking top or deep left with it, and letting their scouts go through the point. It looks like Yuki's gonna try to take top here. Vinti's getting reasonably close to Uber though, so they're really taking their time with this push. If Red Team do grind this Uber up, it could work out for them, and I think Immunity now know that ONS have Uber. Yuki peeking out on the right here. What he wants is an Uber trade. He wants to just get a good bounce or some good damage so he can just take it on in and trade the Ubers out.
Looks like they're rotating around to the right side though instead opting. And Dorky, he snuck himself out of Z. He might be going for this force. Oh no, he might be caught out of position now. He has nowhere to go and Yuki gets that frag.
Yeah, nice bounce there by Yuki onto Dorky. Now Yuki pushing out on the left here. He's going to just look for a solo Uber. Scout a bit out of position. Yuki getting pretty low. Uber's popped it around the same time, but Aporia fragging Caber and upper. Nice save by Bonobo there onto the demo man. And 2 players up here for ONS. I am going to continue to chase this into last. Vinti is going to die, and this is pretty much a last push, sorry, for Team Immunity.
Yeah, those are some pretty basic mistakes. I mean, I'm not sure if it's just greedy or what it is, but you don't want to be, you know, pushing a player out to Z when it's 6-on-6 even Ubers. And once he got fragged, Immunity were able to play the numbers game and working themselves into a good position, and that was really nicely done by them.
Absolutely.
Well, so the score is 3-1 at the half, and we're just chilling out. And right now, I've been surprised. I think ONS had some good first 2 mid fights that they won, and then they had they won the 4th mid fight with a nice 1v1 by Sneaky, or sorry, Dorky. But I don't know, Immunity have still been able to turn the rounds.
Yeah. Just having a look now.
Looks like they're starting the second half. Yeah, score is 3-1. Immunity in the lead, first to 5.
Yeah, surprisingly, Tomberry and Cinderella Man are actually on top of the damage in this game. With Sheep actually top damaging for Immunity with 262 DPM in front of both his pocket and his demo man, with less than half the heals received of either of them. So really good play by him, I guess. Tomberry top damaging, 9 for 9. But yeah, I mean, I guess getting damage is pretty easy when you're just kind of running backwards after you've lost a mid and fragging the enemy team's aggressive players. But I mean, yeah, we'll just have to see what happens in the second half.
I think One Night Stand could get themselves back into this game. They've had some good mids thus far. You know, they just need to keep that aggression up and not allow Immunity to sort of bunch up there and play the heals like they want to. I think that, you know, the DM for Immunity isn't that crazy strong. They're just playing the heal rotations very well, and One Night Stand seem a little more spread out. You know, they're not focus firing as well. They're not really playing as tight of a game. But it looks like we are starting the second half here.
Yeah, so just going to see Cinderella Man opting to go top left. He's taking a fair bit of damage and he gets taken down by Bulk really early. Cable with his aggressive bomb's going to die, as well as Tomberry. Maybe ONS not adjusting to the change that happened within that rollout. Yuki aggressing, fragging the medic, as well as the scout over in the bottom right there. Team down for ONS.
No, and that's the same problem I was just talking about. You know, Immunity played a slower passive mid, and half the team for ONS bombed, the other half stayed back, and they just weren't playing together. Immunity were able to work the numbers, that quick, you know, 6-on-3, and then push off the other 6-on-3.
For sure. One of the big... Oh, sorry. Immunity getting ready to push in the last here with Uber advantage. Only one util for ONS is probably going to cost them in the long run. Bulk pops his Uber in on the right here, getting a fair bit of damage off. Medic does go down, Soldier down as well. 4 dead here for ONS. That's going to be the round as Cinderella Man dies on the right. Immunity cap it out, and that leaves us at a 4-1 scoreline on Granary. I think ONS are really going to have to pick it up if they want to take this map. This is kind of the last, possibly the last rollout here. Just have to see what they do. I think they're doing the exact same thing.
Because One Night Stand, they can win one round really quickly, but Immunity can do the same thing back to them.
Yeah, hopefully ONS maybe try to change their rollout up a bit rather. Cindy opting to go bottom right. Fair bit of damage onto him by both scouts as the whole team decides to go right, and aggressive bomb from both of the red soldiers completely destroys them there. Bolt getting some nice frags as well. And again, a team down, although Bonobo did die. Immunity capping out the mid and gonna get second here as well. Both medics died, so possibility of Bonobo going crits Krieg here. Something I would like to see, but we'll just have to see what happens. Maybe take the safe bet. Yeah, no, sorry, he has gone crits. So they're going to be grinding that up. Not sure about Sheep sniping with crits advantage though, but I mean, if anybody can do it, it's Sheep. If it were anybody else, I would be questioning it and saying that it very well could cost them the round, but we're talking about Sheep here, and I think he's probably going to kill somebody regardless. Down goes Tomberry. Nice frag by him there, and I think Immunity may just want to push straight up. Oh wow, no, sorry, Caver and Cinderella Man frag Sheep and Aporia in top. I'd like to see some aggression here from ONS on the player advantage that they have. Doesn't look like they're going to though, just sitting in top. Caver spamming some rockets and dying to Bulk and Yuki. And wow, the crits has come out here. Sorry, both teams were on crits. Cindy gets 2 frags with it, including Bonobo. And what did we just see? Sheep on the heavy though. Coming around to the point, frag Cinderella Man. Soldier up top, taking a bit of damage as he's going to come around and probably frag the soldier as well. No, sorry. Nice, Tomberry getting down pretty low there. Ends up fragging the soldier. Immunity, in all likelihood, are going to try to recontest this point.
Yeah, that they will, and looks like Immunity have gone back in, taking out Tonberry, and now they're taking down the medic as well. Vinti down, and looks like they're going to push out that right side. Bomb comes in from Caper to try and make something happen, but no, can't finish off any frags, and now it's a 6-on-2 into last. This could be it here, folks. Storky gets 1 frag onto Snowblind, another one there onto Aporia, but is it going to be enough? Only Cinderella to hold off the last point. Immunity coming in and get the cap time, and that is going to be the match. 2-0. Immunity win both Viaduct and Granary. And yeah, just exactly what you predicted, 5-1.
Yeah, I guess reasonably good games, not unexpected. I think everybody expected exactly this from both teams. ONS were the underdogs, but yeah, no, it's good to just see a reasonably good game, I suppose. And yeah, so probably gonna tie it up there. That was unless you have anything else to say, Slyn.
I think you know, for all you Aussies out there, maybe all the other people who are watching from around the world, I think it's awesome to see just the great display of skill and to appreciate just how good Immunity is to be this dominant at this level of the game. And I think ONS put on a great show. You know, they had close rounds on Viaduct. They had even closer rounds on Granary, but you know, like I said, even though Granary allows them the opportunity to win some mids and then sweep through to all the way to last, the same thing happened right back to them. And once Immunity figured out their game, they played a lot more solidly, and it was a really well-deserved win. So
yeah, for sure. So probably going to go to a break here and get some interviews fairly shortly. Good games by all. That was the Owl 11 Premier Division Grand Final. Immunity taking it in 2-0. So yeah, stay tuned and we'll do the interviews fairly shortly.